Change will not come if we wait for some other person, or if we wait for some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. A change is brought about because ordinary people do extraordinary things. We are the change we have been waiting for. In the unlikely story that is America, there has never been anything false about hope. In the face of impossible odds, people who love this country can change it. If you're walking down the right path and you're willing to keep walking, eventually you'll make progress. There's not a liberal America and a conservative America. There's the United States of America. We don't ask you to believe in our ability to bring change, rather, we ask you to believe in yours. Nothing can stand in the way of the power of millions of voices calling for change. Focusing your life solely on making a buck shows a poverty of ambition. It asks too little of yourself, and it will leave you unfulfilled. It's important to make sure that we're talking with each other in a way that heals, not in a way that wounds. Why can't I just eat my waffle? You can put lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig. Our stories may be singular, but our destination is shared. While we breathe, we will hope. A lot of shelter dogs are mutts like me. You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. The worst thing that colonialism did was to cloud our view of our past. Where you are right now doesn't have to determine where you'll end up. We may not be able to stop evil in the world, but how we treat one another is entirely up to us. Change we need. A nation that can't control its energy sources can't control its future. Change is never easy, but always possible. We will outstretch the hand if you unclench your fist. It's only when you hitch your wagon to something larger than yourself that you realize your true potential. There is no excuse for not trying. My little girls can break my heart. They can make me cry just looking at them eating their string beans. Each path to knowledge involves different rules, and these rules are not interchangeable. We may come from different places and have different stories, but we share common hopes, and one very American dream. This shit would be really interesting if we weren't in the middle of it. Issues are never simple. One thing I'm proud of is that very rarely will you hear me simplify the issues. It was as if he had come to mistrust words somehow. Words, and the sentiments words carried. The title of Reverend Wright's sermon that morning was The Audacity of Hope. You have the ability and gifts to do whatever you want. It is your turn now to change the world. What makes a man is not the ability to have a child but having the courage to raise one. Although the principle of equality has always been self-evident, it has never been self-executing. Reading is important. If you know how to read, then the whole world opens up to you. I stand here today humbled by the task before us, grateful for the trust you have bestowed, mindful of the sacrifices borne by our ancestors. Be conscious of God and speak always the truth. This victory alone is not the change we seek, it is only the chance for us to make that change. Change won't come from the top. change will come from mobilized grassroots. Religious freedom doesn't mean you can force others to live by your own beliefs. When I was a kid, I inhaled frequently. That was the point. If they bring a knife to the fight, we bring a gun. Don't let your failures define you. It's in the misery of some unnamed slum that the next killer virus will emerge. What matters is how well we have loved.